You are listening to Radio Long Island City, recorded in our studios near Hell Gate, 9 kilometers north of the Harbor Hill Moraine. And now, the Observatory. The Observatory, Wednesday, the 18th of December, 2024. It is 87 days after the autumnal equinox. It is just 3 days before the winter solstice. By the French Republican calendar, it is the 28th day of Frimaire, the day of the truffe, the truffle. The sun rises today at 7:15 a.m. Solar noon takes place today at 11:52 a.m. The sun sets today at 4:30 p.m. Civil twilight ends at 5:01 p.m. Nautical twilight ends at 5:36 p.m. Daylight today is 12 seconds shorter than yesterday. The moon is in its waning gibbous phase and is 87% full at midday. The last quarter will arrive on Sunday, the 22nd of December. Predicted tides today for Horns Hook. In the middle of the night, high tide, 12:01 a.m., 1 meter 31. Early in the morning, low tide, 5:41 a.m., 6 centimeters. At midday, high tide, 12:09 p.m., 1 meter 53. In the evening, low tide, 6:26 p.m., minus 7 centimeters. In our shared realm of plants and animals, the flock of geese and the pair of swans that have called Hallett's Cove home seem to have departed, undertaking their fall migration. In previous winters, they have remained in the cove because people insist on feeding them. Commemorations. On this day in 1777, the first Thanksgiving proclaimed by the United States was celebrated. The Continental Congress proclaimed the observance in celebration of the American victory over British forces under General John Burgoyne at Saratoga in October. This predates the modern Thanksgiving with its attendant myths and rituals, which dates to the era of the Civil War. On this day in 1888, Robert Moses was born. One of the most prolific American urban planners, he did much to give shape to New York City in the middle of the 20th century. Although his reputation is contentious, many of the parks, roadways, airports, and other infrastructure remain a vital part of the urban fabric. On this day in 1916, the American actress Betty Grable was born. Famous for her shapely legs, Grable once said, "I became a star for 2 reasons, and I'm standing on them." On this day in 1917, Ossie Davis was born. In addition to his successful acting career, he was a noted civil rights activist. He and his wife, Ruby Dee, were involved in organizing the 1963 Civil Rights March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom, and they served as its MCs. On this day in 1935, Jacques Pepin, the French-American chef and author, was born. Finally, today is International Migrants' Day. Proclaimed by the United Nations General Assembly on the 4th of December 2000, the day calls us to awareness of the need to enact humane, dignified, and fair immigration policies, and celebrate the positive role immigrants have in the countries to which they move. And that is the Observatory, Wednesday, the 18th of December, 2024.